Kingdom of Flesh and Fire. Like, it is time to do this review, and I'm totally stoked. I hope you're stoked because my mind is literally blown from what I just read. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much if you are coming back to visit me, and I appreciate the support. If you are new here, my name is Ash Phoenix, reading songstress, and we are going to be diving into the book Kingdom of Flesh and Fire. I have finally concluded it, and it has just completely wrecked me entirely. So, disclaimer, I am in the process of re-listening to this book so then I can catch the little details that I missed the first time around. So yeah, so it should be really interesting. It should make this reading process a lot more enjoyable. So just to get the little hints that were given in the beginning of the book. So I'm already enjoying it the second time around. So yay! Keep in mind, I have read some books where the author twists your soul in a bundle of feels and tosses it into a dumpster fire, burning away any remnants of your soul. But hell, Jennifer Armentrout's Kingdom of Flesh and Fire was by far the best book of 2020 for me. I know some of you probably would disagree, which is fine. Everybody has their own personal taste, but let me break it down for you as to why I think that. Number one, world building. So the idea of this world does not overwhelm you. You get critical info on why this world works and why this world works in the way it does. So you can visually see a map geologically in your head of where everything is laid out. And the touch of magical systems in Blood and Ash, I mean, it was good, but it goes into more depth in Flesh and Fire, which it's really nice because it gives you more of an idea of who she is as a person and how important she is, and kind of like the vibe of the Atlanteans and, you know, the vampires and the werewolves and stuff like that. Also, like I said, you get a real sense of each individual species. So yeah. Number two, characters. So each character is unique to the story. I mean, no matter how small the role they play, they always have some important place in the story, whether it be just to introduce you to a character, where you understand their grief and the hatred towards, you know, each species, or to each other, where you question their alliances within just each side of the species. The main character's growth was done very well, in my opinion, because she never thought she was special. I mean, she knew she was different, but she didn't know that she was special. Although she was titled the Chosen One and her importance was great to her people, but she just wanted a normal life. She just wanted to be your average chick going out and having a good time. But, you know, like, she was just really caged up. So she grew into herself, and the author gave her plenty of space to grow slowly and not overnight. That's something that I have a problem with some books, is that they get into it and they go way too fast. It's just like, okay, you just need to accept it and go forward like a normal person. You know, you have to grow into what's going on. So, and her bravery and her compassion was tested, but she delivered. Number three, let me stop itching my nose. Okay, number three, love story. Now, this part contains a spoiler, so I just want to go ahead and, you know, if you haven't read the first book of Jennifer Armentrout, of Blood and Ash, you might want to click off. If you have read Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, this is not a surprise to you, but still, I just want to make it very plain and clear that this is somewhat of a spoiler, so So the enemies to lovers trope was by far the best I've seen, because sometimes you get introduced to a love interest of the main character and they are like an absolute dick, and it just gets worse. Sometimes there's no real transition into why these characters feel anything towards each other than lust. And yeah, women falling for the bad guy because he's sexy but treats her bad. No, definitely not in this case of Hawk. At the end of the first novel, Hawk betrays Poppy and her heart is ripped out of her chest because it's like she didn't see that coming. And granted, there are certain like clues dropped getting you ready for the ultimate reveal, but it still shocked me nonetheless. And she truly hates and loves the man. So, I mean, she hates him for the lies, but she loves him because of how he makes her feel, how he's different from other people within her circle of people that she's always known. Like, he actually sees her for who she really is. So it's kind of nice. So Number 4, cliffhangers. So the endings of these books grab you by the throat and take you to the absolute edge. And it builds until you're like, what's gonna happen? Then Jennifer just drops the mic and you're like, holy, are you kidding me? Are you gonna just leave me like this? I could not read another book after I finished this one because my head was stuck solidly on what I just read and I couldn't move on. So what I'm doing is I'm listening to it again so I can pick up on the stuff that I didn't hear the first time around. So then it's kind of like, so I can understand it better. So it's just how I roll. And for those of you who have not read the books, please give the Audible a try. I mean, Stina Nielson narrated both of these books, and this last one, Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, she needs an Oscar for her performance. She made me believe she was Poppy, and her raw emotion bled into my ears. When I read from a book, I can stir up the emotions, but to actually have them played out for me and to listen to the narrator and they can give me, like, make me virtually want to cry or jump for joy. Well done, Stina. Well done. So, this book is crowned best novel, part of a trilogy of 2020 for me. Hands freaking down. So, Stina Nielson, Jennifer Armentrout, you guys are amazing. Anyways, Jennifer Armentrout is going to bless us with her next book in 2021, April 20th. I'm stoked. I'm happy. That's going to be the best date ever. I cannot wait. I don't know if I'm going to be able to wait for the Audible on this one just because I am so stoked to read the next book in this trilogy. So, but with that said, thank you so much, guys, for coming to visit me today. And if you like this video, please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you are not already subscribed. And yeah, that's the conclusion of Kingdom of Flesh and Fire. See you next time, guys. Bye.